Every 1st of December is observed as the World AIDS Day. Nigeria has about 3.2 people living with this disease. The country has the second largest HIV endemic report, and it also has one of the highest country with endemic rates when you talk about infection and all that. This year's theme focuses on right to health, the right of every person living with the condition to live beyond or above standard, to take charge of everything that has to do with their health care and well-being. And this is what we do on this show every Saturday. This show is all about advocating healthy, informed and smart choices when it comes to your well-being. I'm Olasumbo Modukwe. The program continues shortly. Please stay with us. All right, thanks for staying with us. It's Contraceptive Matters with DKT Nigeria. I'm Olasumbo Modukwe, and this program is made possible by DKT Nigeria, one of the largest and private providers of contraceptive and reproductive health products in the country. And basically what we do on this show is to encourage people to adopt healthy lifestyles when you talk about reproductive health, sexually transmitted diseases, and modern child spacing method, thereby reducing maternal mortality rates in the country, in the world, as well as reducing sexually transmitted diseases in the world. And like I said earlier on at the beginning of the show, yesterday was the World AIDS Day, and that day, yesterday, was set aside to, that was about 60 years or more than 60 years ago, to enlighten people about the HIV scourge. Nigeria has about 3.2 people living with this condition, with this disease. The country also has the second largest endemic rate, as well as the country is also one of the country with the highest infection rates in sub-Saharan Africa. And this year's theme, like I said earlier on, has to do with the right of everybody to good health, the right of every Nigerian, every person on the street to know his or her HIV status, to take charge of your well-being. And this is what we do basically on this show. We advocate informed and healthy lifestyle. And today we'll be talking about healthy contraception, what you need to know about contraception, because one of the form of contraception we have out there, we have basically, before now we used to have the non-hormonal, but now we also have the hormonal contraceptive. We have the new methods now in the country and all over the world. And today we'll be looking at all the things you need to know about contraception. And I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Dr. Tosin Lale. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mbo. Good afternoon, viewers at home. It's great to be here once again.
All right. Today we're also looking at, we've been talking about contraceptives all this while, but contraceptive, when people are interested with their health, when they need to take charge of their health, when they need to take charge, when you talk about reproductive health, because according to a report about children, let's say under the age of 10, are sexually active now. That was according to the World Health Organization. And according to the Family Planning 2020 vision, they want, stakeholders in the world want everybody to embrace healthy reproductive and sexual lifestyle.
Definitely.
And we are targeting the youth.
Yes.
So if you're going to advise a youth out there now about contraception, what are the things the youth need to know when you're talking about contraception? What is contraception?
Thank you very much. By way of simple definition, modern contraceptives, as you rightly introduced, is just talking about a set of methods. It could be a device, it could be the pill, it could be the injectable, it could be hormonal or non-hormonal. Just about any method adopted for you to be able to prevent unwanted pregnancy, and in some cases also prevent sexually transmitted infection. So by way of definition, that is just simply what modern contraceptive is all about.
Okay, so how long has this form of this method existed?
Wow, just like you said earlier, contraceptives have been for a very long time, as in as far back as man can imagine. And what has just happened now is the fact that some of these very old methods, scientists have gone back to the laboratory and tried to improve upon them. So they've improved on a lot of the old methods, and from that they've come up with some new methods, and then they've been packaged and repackaged over time there, because initially, over the years, through research and all of that, for example, if I can mention the daily pill, for example. Initially, when the daily pill was first introduced, the dosage of the hormones in the daily pill were so high such that a lot of women suffered a lot of side effects. But over the years, with continuous research, it has been found that even with reduced doses, these contraceptives can still perform the same action we need it to perform. So the doses have been reduced, and women benefit from it in that they do not suffer as many side effects as there used to be. So like I said, contraceptives have been from a very long time, but over the years, several research has gone on, and there have been several improvements on these methods, and women are better able to tolerate them now than when they initially were introduced.
Talking about these doses and all that, let's look at, you said they've been revised. Let's look at how can all these methods, the formulation, how can they be revised, or are they permanent? Let me put it that way.
All right. Okay.
Are they reversible? Okay. When a lady say, okay, or let's say when a woman says, okay, I'm ready to raise another child, I'm ready to have another baby, is it reversible?
All right. Thank you very much. About 90 to 95% of the contraceptive methods we have and have been talking about over the past few weeks are actually termed temporary methods, in that they are reversible. So when we talk about the pill, either the daily contraceptive pill or the emergency pill, the injectable contraceptives, the implants, the intrauterine device, the intrauterine system, the condoms, the diaphragm, all of those are reversible methods. They are temporary methods.
Okay.
Reversible, I mean, when I say reversible, what I mean is that whenever the woman is ready to have a baby, all she needs to do is discontinue whatever method she's on, and she can easily get pregnant and have a baby. The methods that are permanent, well, we've actually not really discussed any of those on this program before, so I will just quickly mention. For the male, we have vasectomy, and for the female, we have what we call the bilateral tubal ligation, or BTL. But majorly, the methods we discuss regularly on this program are all reversible methods of contraception.
Okay, so beyond adopting a method, what are the form of administration? Okay. Let's touch that.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, how can these methods be administered?
Can I just go to my healthcare provider, or just buy them over? Are they over-the-counter drugs?
All right. Thank you very much. Contraceptives, majority of them are, in fact, almost all of them are not drugs you can buy over the counter. They are prescription drugs, so that means you need a doctor to actually write a prescription, with the exception of the emergency pill and the condoms. Those are the ones you can easily buy from the pharmacies. But all others, the daily contraceptive pills, the injectables, the intrauterine devices, the intrauterine system, the implants, and all of those, you actually need to see your healthcare practitioner. And the reason for this is not far-fetched. You know, over the weeks, we've been discussing some of the side effects. There are actually a group of people who cannot use certain methods. So you will need to go in to see your healthcare professional. They will take your history, your health history. So based on your health history, they will be able to advise on what methods are suitable for you and what methods are not suitable for you. For example, if you're a woman who is breastfeeding a baby, they will need to advise you on what methods you can take on, at what time you can take on those methods. So because of this, you cannot just go to the pharmacy and just say, okay, I want to take on this method, sell it to me. No, it doesn't work that way. Right. You need to see your family planning expert or your healthcare provider.
Okay, is this applicable to both men and women, or just women alone?
It's applicable to, well, majority of the methods we have are actually for females. For now, the only temporary method available to males is the male condom. Okay. And like I said, you can buy the condom over the counter. So a man may not necessarily, but usually as healthcare professionals, we advise that when a family is going to take on any family planning method, it's usually advised that the woman goes with her partner. So we advise that they both go together.
So joint
yes,
decision.
In that
it's not
sense,
you can take unilaterally.
Well, over the years, we find that women visit the clinic majorly alone most of the time. But we usually advise that they come with their partners, so that the education that needs to be done before they adopt any method can be done jointly for the couple, so that the woman doesn't get home after being educated, she knows what to expect, and then her partner doesn't know what to expect. Sometimes this can bring about conflict. So to avoid this, it is advised that the male partner also attends the family planning clinic with the woman, so that he can also express himself, ask questions on areas he's not clear about, and both of them can be jointly educated, and once they adopt any method they decide to adopt, there will be no issues.
Okay, before we look at the, because I know in Nigeria, even in the world, before you buy any product, there must be guarantee. Before we talk about the guarantee aspect of it, how do you take them? For instance, the pills, must you take them before intercourse or after intercourse?
All right.
And does this also apply to the injectables?
All right. Thank you very much. For, I can say, almost all the methods, just with the exception of the emergency pill, all the methods of contraception that we've been discussing, over the past few weeks are actually methods you adopt before sexual intercourse.
Okay.
Before. Either you're going on the daily pill, like we say the pill is something you take every day. We advise you try to take it around the same time every day for maximum effectivity. The injectable, you take it 3 monthly. So the injectable, that's the Cyana Press, is taken every 3 months. So that's also something you would have adopted before sexual intercourse. The intrauterine device is also put into the womb. It's also there before intercourse. The intrauterine system also going into the uterus before intercourse. The implant usually puts under the skin, just beneath the skin of the non-dominant arm before intercourse. The injectable I've mentioned, and then the devices. So basically all of these methods, and even for the male and female condoms, you put them on before intercourse. Okay. So it's just the emergency contraceptive. Just as the name suggests, it's an emergency method. It's not a permanent thing. It is something you use after unprotected intercourse that wasn't planned for, and when you are not on a method already. Or if you are on a method, for example, you know we say that if you are taking the daily pill, for example, and you do not do it during your monthly flow, if you adopt it during any other time of your menstrual cycle, you will need to adopt a secondary method of protection within the first 7 days. So that is when you need the emergency pill, for example. And for the intrauterine device, it can also play a role of an emergency contraceptive. If it is inserted within 5 days of unprotected intercourse, it can also help prevent unwanted pregnancy. So the emergency pill, like I said, is the only method you use after exposure to intercourse. All other methods are usually adopted before intercourse.
All right. So let's look at the guarantee nature. Is it 100%? Am I 100% safe from, let's say, getting pregnant or prevented from other STDs? Then, if I'm on, let's say, I'm on a pill now or on a particular method, do I need to stick to that method till the rest of my life?
All right. Thank you very much for your question. Well, I would say that nothing in life is 100%, and the contraceptive methods, they were developed by man. So, well, in this part of the world, we believe in God a lot, so I would use that analogy. Only God is perfect. Only God is 100%. So for these methods, even though for some of them, like the implants, for example, we say that the implant is as effective as 99.9%. So even the best of these methods are not 100%.
Okay.
So, but the truth about it is just that these methods are largely very reliable. And if administered in the right way, they can actually prevent you from unwanted pregnancy most of the time. But like we said, they are not 100%. So there is a very tiny percentage. For some of these methods, the level of pregnancy, even when the method is on, for some of them is as low as 0.02, 0.01. So it's not a large percentage, but it is also very possible, but very, very rare. And if you adopt a particular method, no, you don't need to be on that method for the rest of your life. You can change your method whenever you want to. You just need to visit your healthcare professional who will educate you on what you need to expect and all of that. You actually asked 3 questions. I've answered 2.
Yes.
What's the last one?
Then it's sexually transmitted disease.
Okay. For the methods for now, it is only the condoms that will protect
That's the barrier method.
Yes, the barrier method, specifically the condoms, that can protect you against sexually transmitted infection. Other methods, the injectables, the pills, the intrauterine devices, the implants, will only protect you against unwanted pregnancy.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Tosin. We've been talking contraception, all you need to know about contraception, and so far so good. We've talked about, the doctor has touched the types, the different methods available out there, then the effectiveness, how effective are they? When we return, we'll talk about the possible side effects, other benefits, and how affordable are this method. Please stay with us. The program continues shortly. right, thanks for staying with us. It's still Contraceptive Matters with DKT in Nigeria, and before we went on the break, we've been talking about contraception, the types, the effectiveness, and the different method on the different form of contraceptive with Dr. Tosin Lale. And this program is made possible by DKT Nigeria, one of the largest and private providers of contraceptive and reproductive health products in the country. I would like to let our viewers know, please log on to www.onionbanana.com for more information about this particular topic or any other topic we've treated on this program. Log on to www.onionbanana.com or send your question by typing RHS from your phone, space, then your question to 38350. Type RHS space your question to 38350 from your phone. It's actually toll free. It's free of charge. You get a doctor to call you back immediately your message drops. So before we open the lines, I would like us to discuss some of the possible side effects. Are there any side effects I should be scared of if I'm adopting any of this method you've mentioned so far?
Thank you very much. Yes, there are side effects, but you don't need to be scared. You don't need to be afraid, because basically contraceptives are just like many other medications that we take. And I tell you, especially if I may talk about anti-malarials, if I'm to list the side effects from malaria medications, a lot of people will probably be like, wow. But they are not side effects that a lot of people have. So the same thing goes for these methods of contraceptives. Yes, there are side effects, but not everybody will have these side effects. Some women will have them. Some women will not have them. And they are not very serious side effects. Because like we usually say, when you are newly introduced to a particular method, the body will take a while for it to adjust. So as soon as your body has gotten used to the method you've adopted, you really don't need to worry about anything. So initially, for some methods, we may have side effects like mild headaches. Some women may complain of breast tenderness. Some women may complain of spotting, or the menses may be more or reduced in some cases. And for some methods like the injectable, some women will not even see their menstrual flow at all. Some women may have mild abdominal cramps and all of that. But in a nutshell, these side effects are nothing to be scared of. Within a period of 3 to 6 months, most of these side effects resolve. And some of these methods, some of these side effects can actually be taken care of using over-the-counter analgesics. Like for the headaches, you can just use over-the-counter analgesics and you should be fine. So nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
And if you are the type of woman who would have an extreme reaction to any of these methods, you only need to go back to your healthcare professional. You might need to change your method and pick on another method.
All right. Viewers at home, if you have 1 or 2 questions, I'm sure you have 1 or 2 questions to ask the doctor, or you have 1 or 2 experiences you want to share with us, call 0908-729-6673. Call 0908-729-6673. I'll take that again, 0908-729-6673. All right, let's look at the benefit before we receive the calls. Are there other benefits aside from being a child spacing method?
Okay, thank you very much. Basically, the most important reason why we talk about contraceptives and why any woman will be advised to adopt any of these methods is to prevent unwanted pregnancy. So you'll be able to space your family adequately, and thereby promoting and improving maternal and child health. Okay. And another advantage is that we are able to prevent sexually transmitted infection, like we've been mentioning, like the HIV. And this month, yesterday was World AIDS Day, and largely for a good part of this month, we'll be talking a lot about prevention of HIV. So use of contraceptives, specifically the condoms now, is a way by which we can prevent HIV. And for some of the methods too, some women have irregular menses, so sometimes 1 or 2 of these methods can be given to a woman to help regularize that. Okay, I think we have a call.
Okay, right. We don't have any yet. All right. How affordable are this method?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think we have a call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Thanks for calling.
Tunde calling from Oba.
Tunde calling from Ogba. Tunde,
Welcome.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I want to ask about this salt and water solution and this maybe alcohol something after sex.
Okay.
How about if there's any side effects and how effective it is?
All right. Is that all, Tunde?
I did not
Yeah,
quite.
He wants to know about the salt and water solution and then alcohol after
Okay.
intercourse.
Okay,
The
taking-
use of, yes, the use of salt and water. I'm hearing it for the first time. The use
I'm
of
actually hearing it. So I
salt
want you
and
to
water
explain further. You mean drinking salt and water solution?
and taking alcohol after intercourse. Tunde, are you still there? Hello, Tunde.
Well, if you can hear us and you can call us back. Your question is actually not complete. You said you want to know about it.
It is actually complete.
No,
He wants
is
to
it-
know how
okay.
effective.
Okay, effective in achieving what?
Then in preventing sexual, in preventing pregnancy.
In preventing
yes,
pregnancy.
and what are
okay.
the side effects?
Okay, well, if you are talking about ingesting it,
Yes.
either for the woman or the man, the truth about the matter is that
Choice for the woman.
whatever you
the woman
ingest,
is at the receiving
whatever
end.
you take by mouth goes into your stomach. It doesn't go into the womb as you may think. So if a woman has had unprotected intercourse, like we all know, the sperm is released. It goes in through the vagina, into the woman's, through the cervix, into the uterus.
Not to the stomach.
Not into your stomach. So taking any salt and water solution
Or
or
alcohol.
that will go into your stomach. It will go through the digestive tract
And the
come
liver.
out either through the anus and then the liquid part of it through your urine. So it's not going into your uterus. It's not going to protect pregnancy in any way. Fine, part of it is absorbed into the blood, but it's not going to prevent pregnancy. No.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's your name? Welcome to the show. Bukola, you're calling from Ogun State. Did I get that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Bukola, thanks for calling. What's your question? Please lower the volume of your TV set. Before you start your conversation, please lower the volume of your TV set.
Is it possible for all these things to cause fibroid in our body?
Is it possible?
She's asking if it's possible that this method cause fibroid.
Contraception stuff.
Oh.
Fibroid for women.
Okay, is that all, Bukola?
Using it.
Is that all, Bukola?
I'm not Rukoya, calling from.
Rukoya. Oh, sorry about that. Rukoya.
Is it possible for it to cause fibroid?
Okay, are you asking about any specific method or just all the methods in general?
The pills and all that.
Okay.
Is it possible for a woman that is using it to have fibroid?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Rukoya. Okay.
Well, as far as we know, there is no relationship between any of these contraceptive methods we've been discussing and fibroid. Intrauterine fibroids are actually a different thing entirely. They have nothing to do. So you don't need to be afraid that any of these methods will actually cause fibroids. No.
All right. Before that call, we were discussing about the affordability. How affordable are this method? Because
Well, okay.
okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. We lost that call. So please go ahead. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Oh.
Okay. These methods of contraceptive are actually very, very, very affordable.
Okay.
Some of them as low as 50 naira, 100 naira, 150 naira. So they are quite affordable. Yes.
All right. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right. So quickly, let's look at some of the brands from the stable of DKT.
All right. Okay. So from the stable of DKT, the various brands of these methods we've been discussing include the Levofem, that's the oral contraceptive pill or the daily pill, the one you take every day. I think we have another call.
Hello, good afternoon.
It's gone. Okay.
Hello. Wow.
Okay, so the Levofem, that's the oral pill, the daily pill that you take a pill every day. Then we have the post pill. The post pill is the emergency contraceptive. Okay. And then for the injectable, we have the Sahana Press. That's the injection you take every 3 months. Then for the implants, we have the 2 types. We have the Implanon NXT and the Jadel. This will last between 3 to 5 years. The Implanon NXT 3 years, the Jadel 5 years. And then we have the intrauterine system, which is the Eloira.
Hello, please hold your thought. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Kemi, please lower the volume of your TV set. That's the #1 rule. Kemi, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, Kemi, go ahead. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. If in case someone you have sex with your boyfriend and you said you don't want to use anything, so what can someone use to prevent pregnancy?
After intercourse with your partner and you did not use anything before intercourse, and you still want to use a preventive method after intercourse, did I get you right, Kemi?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Kemi, thanks for calling. She wants to know if there is any remedy to prevent pregnancy after intercourse.
Thank you.
I think we have another call. Please hold your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Hello. Hello, are you shy? Please call. All right, please call 0908-729-6673. 0908-729-6673. And please gather your thoughts before calling. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Oluwatoyin.
Oluwatoyin. Where are you calling from?
Yes. I'm calling from Ebute Meta.
Ebute Meta. What's your question,
Yes.
Oluwatoyin?
Please, I want to ask a question about you had a sex with your partner.
Okay.
Then a pill. After using it, you had this impulse, and since then you've not seen your period. Does that mean the person is pregnant?
After using the pill, you had what?
Coughing.
Pausing.
Yes.
What was that?
Like a discharge.
Yes.
Okay. What's the color of the discharge?
It's like blood. Like you are menstruating.
Okay. For how long have you been experiencing that?
It's only come for like 2-3 days, and since then it stopped.
Immediately after you use the pill.
That was a week after I used the pill.
Then did you use the pill immediately after intercourse? Hello, Oluwatoyin.
Yes, I can hear you.
Did you use the pill immediately after the intercourse?
No.
How long did you wait? How long?
How many days after?
4 days after.
4 days,
4 days after. Wow.
Okay, so when did you now see the flow you saw?
She said a week after, and she hasn't seen her period.
A week after you used the pill, you saw your flow for 3 days.
She saw the discharge for 2 days.
A discharge? Okay, so she said it was bloody, so...
Oluwatoyin.
Your question.
She said after intercourse, she waited for 4 days before she used the pill. And then a week after, she experienced some discharge, and she hasn't seen her period.
And I don't even know what kind of pill she used. I don't know if you used the emergency pill
if you can call back. Oluwatoyin, if you can call back before the end of the show, please do. Otherwise, call 0809 0279 018. Okay. Would you want to round up on Oluwatoyin if you can? Okay, are you through with Oluwatoyin?
I'll answer the other question and also say something about hers. Well, for unprotected intercourse and you are interested in still preventing pregnancy afterwards,
if it's no more than a period,
so we advise that you take the emergency pill, that's the post pill, and you take it as soon as possible after intercourse. We say it works for up to about 120 hours, which is 5 days after exposure, but we advise that you take it as soon as you can. Don't wait for so long before you take it.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello, are you there? Oh, we lost that call. Okay.
Okay. So in Kemi, or is it Oluwatoyin?
Oluwatoyin from
in your case, you said you took the pill after 4 days. I don't know if you took the emergency pill or you took the normal oral contraceptive pill. And then you saw a discharge for 2 days. It was bloody. I think you will benefit from seeing your medical provider. There are a lot more questions that I need to ask you to really get to the bottom of what you might be experiencing. So please see your doctor and let them know all of your complaints and they will know what to do.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Okay, please, I need you to round up on the different brands we have from the stable of DKT before we end the show.
Okay, so I'll just take it again from the beginning. I said initially that we have the Level Fem, which is the daily pill. You take it every day. The post pill, that's the emergency. You take it after unprotected intercourse as soon as possible. Then we have the implants. We have the Implanon NST and the Jadel. Then the injectable, that's the Sana Press. The intrauterine device, that's the Lydia, can last for as long as 5 to 10 years, depending on which type you adopt. Then the intrauterine system, that's the Eloira. And then we have the condoms, the different brands, the Kiss, the Fiesta.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, this is Oluwatoyin back.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling, Oluwatoyin.
Yes.
Okay. We were not clear with some of your points.
What pill did you take? Was it the emergency pill or the normal daily pill?
I took Procyon 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, what happened? You took it 4 days after intercourse?
Yes.
So, what happened after that? You said a week after that?
Yes, I took it. Yes, I took it 4 days after the intercourse.
Okay.
Then a week after, I saw a discharge, blood.
Okay, it was just a discharge. It was not your normal flow?
No, it was not my normal flow.
Okay, for how long did you see?
I have my normal flow 26, 27, but I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay. The discharge lasted for how many days?
For just 3 days. The third day was not I won't say 3 days, actually 2 days, yeah.
Okay, so what is the reason why are you calling it a discharge? Because if it is bloody and you're having it for 3 days, why do you think it's just a discharge?
Actually, I asked a question on this program. I asked a question on this same program that was told that I'm having porcine.
You're having what?
Porcine.
Porcine. What's porcine?
Porcine. Okay. Well, the truth is that when you take an emergency pill, it can actually make your period come earlier than usual, or it can make it come later than usual. You took the emergency pill 4 days after intercourse. We usually don't advise that you wait that long. So, well, what I would say is that it is possible what you saw was your flow. It came earlier than expected. So maybe that is the reason why you are thinking it is not your normal flow. I would just advise that you see your healthcare provider. You may probably need to do a pregnancy test to rule out whether or not there is a pregnancy. Thank you.
All right. I'm afraid that's our last call for today. And before that call, you stopped at the barrier method, the Fiesta and the Kiss. And
the Fiesta and the Kiss, and the last one is the diaphragm, which is the Kaya. So those are all the brands from the stable.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Tosin Lale, for shedding your expertise on the types of contraception out there, the ABC of modern contraception. Thank you so much, viewers, for calling. Oluwatoyin, Kemi, Rukaya, Tunde, and so many other people that tried to call in. Please log on to www.onionbanana.com. Log on to www.onionbanana.com for more information about contraceptives, more information about contraceptives, other reproductive health products or issues you'd like to know more about, or call 080-9027-9018, or send your question to DKT's toll-free short code by typing RHS space your question to 38350. By typing RHS space your question to 38350. Thank you so much for watching. I am Ola Sumbo Moduke. Please join us again next week. Bye-bye.